Alright YouTube, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today guys, we are finally gonna talk about Mathmechs. Now it's been a while since I've actually tackled this and I really wanted to cover this deck because with the new Defensor and with the new the Save Worm in its arsenal, it is a really strong deck. Mathmech has been really strong lately with the new support cards or the new cyber support cards. I was running a 40 card deck with the Mathmech alongside 2 copies of the Red Reboot because against Labyrinth, this is a really formidable card. But after a while, I haven't been tackling or I haven't been encountering Labyrinths for that matter. So I just removed it and just settled with increasing the copy of Sigma is much more usable because majority of the time I will draw into a copy of Circular, and once your copy of Sigma is banished, there's no other way that you can go into more of your plays. You can go with the 2 Sigmas and 2 of the additions or a copy of Subtraction. It's really up to you. But I do prefer just having 2 Sigmas and then 1 of for the addition and the subtraction. So your main goal for this deck is to set up a really good board, which you'll end up with a copy of Terahertz on the field with 1 copy of the Super Factorial and the Save Worm in your graveyard. So with that, you always have like 3 interruptions or 3 to 4 interruptions during your opponent's turn, regardless of any hand trap for that matter. The addition for the microcoder will allow you to gain access to a silent conflict. And furthermore, oh yeah, I forgot to include the link 1, that is the link decoder. I really wanted to have 1 copy of this, because this is an additional body once you summon a Heat Soul or a copy of Transcode Talker to the field. Furthermore, I think that's basically it. Very straightforward deck. I think the only lacking card that I really wanted to add for the deck is a copy of Link Spider, because Link Spider, once you get Nibiru, you can use the token into a Link Spider, and then you can go with most of your plays. Typically, it kind of works well if you have a copy of Parallel Exit on hand so that you can continue with your combo. But I think regardless, without the Link Spider, the deck is just pretty strong without it. And now with the inclusion with the Firewall Defensor is a really insane card as well. The new support for the Cybers has been insanely good. Very favorable with the Mathmech archetype. So the Defensor, once used as a link material, it can summon a copy of any Firewall monster from your deck, which is a copy of your Guardian. The Guardian, once used as a link material, it can summon itself back to the field as another body that you can use for a link summon. In addition, of course, the Defensor, once one of your Cyber's monsters is going to be destroyed, or typically, more specific, once a Firewall monster is going to be destroyed by a card effect, you can just banish the Defensor from your graveyard to protect that monster from ever getting destroyed. I have one replay where I almost got my Terahertz destroyed by a copy of Caesar Valius, but because of the Defensor, I survived and made an OTK. So I think that's basically it. Very straightforward deck. It has room for your hand traps as well, or staples. The Maxi, the Ash Blossom, the 2 copies of Call by the Grave, the 2 copies of Imperm, and the 1 copy of Cross of the Senators. Additional cards for your deck or utility cards that you can use for the deck is a copy of your Kaiju and a copy of Nibiru, with 1 copy of Triple Tactics going second. These 3 cards alone are really good go second cards. Nibiru is just a perfect board wipe if your opponent summons more than 5 times, or 5 times or more. So I think that's basically it. A lot of synergy, a lot of consistency with the deck. I do believe Mathmechs is one of the strongest decks there is right at the moment in Master Duel. For your extra deck, the 1 copy of Laplation, I think it's quite necessary on 1 copy. I've seen some other builds wherein people are using 2 copies of Laplation and then cutting off a copy of Splash Mage. I do believe Splash Mage is quite necessary for the build, having to go into a copy of Transcode Talker or a Heat Soul, and then you can use another Splash Mage during your 3rd turn. I have no reason on adding a copy or a 2nd copy of Laplation just to cut off a copy of Splash Mage, because Splash Mage is much better. What else? I think that's basically it. All of your extra deck cards are quite necessary for the build. So with that, that is the deck profile, guys. Let's go towards the replays. Now the replays, I'm not gonna narrate because it's practically straightforward. Yeah, it's just doing a ton of OTKs and a ton of advantage for the deck as well. So yeah, let's go for the replays, and I'll see you guys in the outro in a bit. Alright, ladies and gents, so those were the replays, and that is the deck profile for you guys today. Hope you enjoy this kind of content. Like and subscribe for more contents like this. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.